Well, so today we are going to discuss about the sources of energy. So energy is nothing but it's a capacity to do any work. See, without energy we can't able to do any work. Similarly, without the energy we can't able to do any work in such a way that even that the machines or any vehicles cannot able to run without their energy. Energy is for vehicles is nothing but, for example, if we consider as a vehicle, the energy is required for that will be in the form of fuel. Similarly, how the humans has required a food to get an energy, similarly the vehicle also required some energy to run or to move the vehicle from one place to another place. For that we are going to use the fuel as an energy for the vehicles. So today we are going to discuss about the what are the sources of energies. In that we mainly are going to discuss about the renewable energy and non-renewable energy. What are the different types of renewable energy? What are the different types of non-renewable energies? And how we are going to utilize that energy in order to use for an day-to-day activities. How we are going to utilize in the form of to generate an electricity, and how we are going to utilize that electricity in our daily lives. So first we are going to discuss about the one by one. What is an energy resource? So energy is defined as the capacity to do work or it's one of the primary requirement for the day-to-day activities of a human beings. To live or to work for any work, we require some energy. That energy is going to be how we going to be developed for that. What is the requirements is there. Next one is energy is a capacity to work. Yes, without the energy we can't able to do any work. So most of the energies that we mainly derive from the conventional resources, conventional energy resources. So what is that conventional and non-conventional? That is what is the renewable and non-renewable. So renewable, if you consider as a renewable energy sources, where it is keep on renewable means it is keep continuously the energy will be developing without any obstacle. Non-renewable sources is nothing but after a few years it may vanish or it may not be available. For example, if you take a fossil fuel, that is oil products or oil wells. So in another 40 to 50 years we may not get any petrol or a diesel. So but we can get any till the earth is there, we can able to get any solar energy. So these how we can able to define the conventional and non-conventional energy sources. Next we are going to discuss about the renewable sources of energy. So what is that renewable? Renewable is that in the name itself only it indicates that it can able to renewable or it can able to continuously produce the energy sources. So energy sources which are continuously produced in nature and are essentially or inexhaustible is called as renewable sources of energy. So which are the energy sources which are inexhaustible in nature? For example, if you consider solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, geothermal energy. So these are all the inexhaustible in the nature. By using this we can able to generate the electricity, and that energy we can be, which is the energy what is been generated, that energy will be used for various applications in the day-to-day life or even in the industries. So the renewable sources of energies has been classified into mainly solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, idle energy, ocean geothermal energy, bioenergy, geothermal energy, fuel cells, solid waste, hydrogen. So these are some of the major renewable sources of energy. So next we are going to discuss about the non-renewable sources of energy. So what is that non-renewable sources of energy? So non-renewable sources of energy sources which have been accumulated over the ages and not quickly replenishable when they are exhausted. See, this indicates that so after certain years these non-renewable energy sources may vanish. So for example, if you take fossil fuels, nuclear fuels and heat traps. So these are some of the majorly non-renewable energy sources. That is what we have been mainly dependent for all the sources, whether it might be a generation of electricity or whether it may be in the form of fuels for the vehicles. So these are the inexhaustible. Once we have been used, so again it cannot able to reproduce or recreate that. Only until where we can able to get these energy sources we can able to use this. After that it will be vanish. So we need an alternate sources of energy. So that is one of the major reason why we are depending on the renewable sources is because of it is an inexhaustible, and there is a chances of vanishing after certain years. So then after that we need to completely dependent on the renewable sources of energy. So next we are going to discuss about the by using the solar energy. What is the solar flat plate collector? So even this is similarly how it is, you can able to see in the diagram, it works similarly on the how the solar heater, that is where we are going to install in the all the householdings. That is about the solar heater. How we going to use the solar energy in order to heat the water? See there you can left side you can able to see the liquid flat plate collector, that is the entire setup of the solar water heater. In the right side we can able to see only the sectional view. So only based on the sectional view we can able to see, or we can able to see that what is the working principle of this solar flat plate collector. Yes, you can able to see the water tubes is their main, and we can able to see the solar transparent glass cover and the reflected waves and the airtight enclosure and an insulation. So this is only about the sectional view about the solar flat plate collector. You can see the water tube. So that is water tubes has been connected to the above the transparent glass, where the whenever the solar radiations or solar waves passes or falls on the transparent glass, so that waves will be reflected on the watertight enclosure, means reflected on the flat plate collector, where water tubes has been attached to that flat plate collector. Once that waves has been entered in through that water tubes, what happens? Which is the water is flowing on the inside the water tubes. So whenever that solar radiation strikes on that water tubes, automatically the reflections, we are using the transparent glass, where in order to the reflection should not go out from the solar heater. So whichever the reflection is solar radiation is falling, so it continuously, or it keep on, it should be reflect on the water tubes only. So that continuous reflection of solar radiation, the water tube, what happens? So the pipes starts getting the heated there, means whenever the pipe starts getting the heated because of the solar radiation which is continuously falling on the water tubes. So once what happens when the water tubes get heated, whenever you pass the water, automatically which is the water inside, which is the water inside flowing on the tubes, automatically starts getting the heat. So in order to get that heat absorbed, so we made an airtight enclosure, means in order to with the air, any air should not come, should not go in or should not come out from the solar flat plater. So in order to that we have used as an insulation. So what is the use of an insulation is to, it avoids the leakage of any water or any air which is coming out from the solar water heater, or it should not, or it doesn't allow any water any air or water in order to inside the solar heater. So this process continuously keep on repeating. What happens? Thus slowly the water starts getting the heated there. So once the water completely, the tube starts getting heated, so automatically whichever the water we are allowing, whichever the water is flowing on the inside the water tubes, automatically it gets to the, it starts getting the heated there. So this process keep on repeating based on the solar radiation waves. So the water will be get heated. So which is the water is, we can able to see in the left diagram, where the water is stored in the over tank, which the water will be allowed to flow onto the solar tank. From the solar tank, the water which is there, it starts from, whenever the water is flowing from the over tank, it will be in the cold water. So when it starts the solar, absorbing the solar radiation, which is the solar waves which is reflecting or falling on that water tubes, automatically the tube starts getting heated there. Once the tube starts getting heated here, automatically the water which is flowing or which is allowing inside the water to flow on the tubes, automatically that cold water will be turned to the hot water. So where this is, we are going to convert this solar energy to the heat energy, or we are transferring from one form of energy to the other form. See here, the one form of energy is which is we are receiving the energy from the form of solar radiation. Now we are converting that solar radiation, means we are transferring that one form of energy to heating the water, means we are converting that energy to the other source of energy. So this is how we can able to get the, or we can able to use, or we can able to convert the solar water, solar radiations into the heat energy. So this is about the solar flat plate collector. You can see the sunrays falling on the transparent covers, as I told, which is there. So by using that, the plate is fully coated with the black. Why? Means the black is a good absorber of heat or the radiation. So by using this method, automatically the solar flat plate collector works, that is in the form of solar heater. So we have seen the sectional view. So this is the working of the flat plate